We've been reading the whole book of Ben Stein's How to Ruin Your Life. And if you don't know who Ben Stein is and you haven't looked it up on Google yet, here we go. About the author. Ben Stein has had an amazingly diverse career, to which he is adding to up to the present day. He is the Emmy-winning host of the multi-Emmy award-winning Seven, since it first aired in 1997, game show Win Ben Stein's Money on Comedy Central. Stein is a native of Washington, D.C., and grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, where he attended school with future notables Sylvester Stallone, Carl Bernstein, Goldie Hawn, and Connie Chung, none of whom have read this book, at least not that he's aware of at the moment. Stein's father was the well-known economist and public policy commentator and wit Herbert Stein. Stein is a graduate of Columbia University's undergraduate college, where he earned a BA in 1966 with honors in economics. In those years, he was active in the civil rights movement, working in many locales to enfranchise African Americans as voters and to secure equal rights for them under law. After college, he worked for a year as an economist with the Department of Commerce and then graduated from Yale Law School. In 1970, as valedictorian of his class by election of his classmates, he has served as a poverty lawyer, a trial lawyer in false and deceptive advertising cases, and as a teacher educating students about the political and social content of film and TV at American University in Washington, D.C., the University of California at Santa Cruz, and at Pepperdine Law School, where he also taught securities law for 5 years. In 1973, Stein became a speechwriter for Richard Nixon at the White House, and then continued that work for Gerald Ford when he became president. Stein became a columnist for the Wall Street Journal in 1974. In 1976, he moved to Hollywood, where he became a screenwriter, TV writer, novelist, and syndicated columnist. He worked for Norman Lear's Tandem, TAT, production company, where he helped to create the cult hit Fernwood Tonight. He is the author of 17 books, including the acclaimed diary of his first year in Hollywood called Dreams, Dreemz, the analysis from the political attitudes of Hollywood, The View from Sunset Boulevard, the tale of drug addiction and ambition in Los Angeles, and Ludes, on which the movie The Boost was based. He has also written extensively about personal and financial self-help issues in the classic Bunkhouse Logic and a guide to economic success over a lifetime. Financial Passages. That's the name of that one. Most recently, Stein has authored a book about the trials and triumphs of being a father of a young son. The book is called Tommy and Me. Stein is the writer of the outline for the ABC miniseries America, which is Amerika, and is also the author of the outline and the producer of the esteemed television movie Murder in Mississippi, about the martyred civil rights workers Goodman, Cheney, and Schwerner. Sorry, I didn't know that name right off. Stein has also written extensively about financial fraud, and Ethical Duties in Finance, mostly for Barron's, which is a publication, but also a book about Milton Drexel fraud, which I'm sure that was good. Milken, Milken, Drexel, Drexel, fraud. A license to steal for a financial website called thestreet.com, for New York Magazine, and for the New York Times Magazine, among other publications. The best part? In 1986, Stein became an actor when he played a teacher with a monotonous tone of voice in the classic comedy hit Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller. 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 He was a recurring character, also playing a teacher in The Wonder Years for 3 years, and has appeared in about 30 movies and TV series. Stein lives in Beverly Hills, California with his wife, Alexandra, his son, Thomas, who is probably out of the house now, and many dogs and cats. He is very active in fundraising for animal rights and children's rights charities in Los Angeles and throughout the country. Hey, if that's the case, why don't you champion my Freedom Force forevermore? That'd be great. So this has been Ben Stein about the author, and this was the book right here. Thanks for joining me.